No experts, no insiders, just fans.
Transmission from Marked Up Wrestling Podcast begins in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin broadcast.
And welcome to episode number 296 of the longest-running weekly, overproduced, under-talented, episodic, sometimes echoing, often infighting wrestling podcast. This is Smackdown. I am your host, Adam Baum, the Jew that leads the crew. Tonight, making the other end of the sandwich is Medine joining me. What's up, buddy?
The baby-faced assassin since 1988. Anybody asking? Better wait.
And, of course, joined by our third member, the shit in the middle, the Millennial Falcon.
Nice intro. I'm pumped up, ready to go. Not fired, fired up. Hashtag that Teddy.
That Teddy. Quickly introing the board. That is your cue there.
Oh, man. I have no idea what's going on.
Teddy is here. We got Leo joining us. Stike is here. Shortly, it's going to be Stike City. Perfect 11 is also joining us. Nobody yet on the Twitch board, but we actually started a couple minutes early because the board, I don't know if you guys know this beforehand, but they were giving me shit that I never start on time. So,
and we were bored, so we were like, go ahead without the board.
We actually would have started a minute earlier, but Kevin had to go get water.
Hey,
he didn't have an app for that.
He's thirsty.
An app for that? You're the millennial who's bringing back your intro here.
Whatever.
Hashtag retro.
I'm bringing back good stuff.
What you need to make a good smackdown is your 3 key ingredients.
The board is talking about Kevin getting a new shirt.
Yeah, I wore it just for them. I almost wore the same one by accident today.
Juan is here, so
oh shit, he did wear a new shirt.
The real talk can begin.
Pretty good,
We got the topics tonight. Number 1, book the damn match already. Number 2, 6 is greater than Raw. Number 3, at least there was a match. And number 4, there was a fucking dance-off.
Number
1, book the damn match already. Cass is now back after a second chance match between Jeff Hardy and Daniel Bryan last week to set up some.
Remember, we were like, "Is he hurt? Is he not hurt?" He's been working dark shows the whole time with Daniel Bryan on and off.
And
because you guys believe the fake news.
It's not that we believe the fake news. I'm frustrated that it's taken this long to get our final member. And here's the other thing: we didn't even fucking get it because we still don't know which New Day is going to go in. That's topic 2, so we'll get there, but think about it. All this played out when it was originally booked for 2 weeks ago as Samoa Joe versus Big Cass. What did we all say? Who was going to win?
Joe.
It was obvious. So we had to wait 2 weeks for Joe to win.
Herein lies, once again, my problem with you. You complain about good things. We got to see fucking Daniel Bryan versus Jeff Hardy last week, and we got to see a triple threat match this week.
Okay.
They were good. They were great matches.
You're telling me, though, that we couldn't see the Jeff Hardy and the Daniel Bryan and then just have Big Cass come down at the end and fuck up Daniel Bryan? That could have happened.
I'm just
telling
saying
me we couldn't see Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan
like
tonight for no
with
reason?
Consequences.
Well,
and I'd rather see that.
Consequences, but they toiled around the same ending. There was no swerve. This is what we thought was going to happen.
Would you want Big Cass?
Medine, we were talking about deductive thinking earlier.
Yes.
Okay, we think if Big Cass wins, there's no rival for Daniel Bryan, and Joe and him are just now working. So that doesn't make any sense. If Daniel Bryan wins, now he and Miz are in the same match. Big Cass is left out, and Samoa Joe doesn't really have an opponent, and they're both heels. They can't even fight each other. Oh, if Joe wins, that leaves Big Cass and Daniel Bryan to continue their feud while Joe goes on to Money in the Bank. What makes sense? I know that a lot of times they don't want to do logic, but this is what it is. They want to hang and smoke with the Kings of Bong style is what Leo says. The swerve is that they put Cass in the match. Most of us thought he'd just come down and interfere.
And then,
is it a swerve?
Wait,
they put him in the match?
In that point, would we be upset if he had just come down? You know what I'm saying? And interrupted, and then we would have been like, why didn't they just put him in the match?
You know, I don't think I would have been. If he was active, not playing the fake injury angle, if he was active and just ran down and fucked it up, I'd be all for it, except for if Paige turned around and was like, well, we still don't have a winner, so now next week we're going to do the triple threat.
It was a bit of a surprise the way that she presented that news, too. She was just like casually like, oh, Big Cass is cleared, by the way.
Oh, I don't like people speaking for me.
You're right.
How much, though, is that Big Cass getting heat backstage for beating up the midget?
He got, okay, first of all, they booked the damn segment. Second of all, he was only supposed to hit him once, and he got carried away, or he went with the gimmick. I don't like the ad lib, but let's say, Kevin, if I'm supposed to hit you once, you're full size, supposedly. If I were to hit you once, and the crowd goes crazy, so instead I hit you 3 more times to sell the work, nobody would have yelled at me when I went backstage. You probably wouldn't even yell at me.
Not if you had gone to the... Well, he went to the owner of the company and asked for permission to do it, and he said no. And then he did it anyway.
Well,
it's a lesson.
That's stupid. You don't ask for both permission and forgiveness and get told no on both.
And we got 2 weeks of great matches that didn't... Well, 1 week didn't involve Big Cass, and this week, at least we got him not in a one-on-one.
Oh, man. I have no idea what's going on.
So I'm
Teddy
happy.
says he'll mark out if I hit you. It was just... It was role play kind of suggestion, Teddy. I wasn't serious. Jesus.
Yeah, he's too lazy to get his fat ass out of that chair.
Fat ass. What do we say about fat asses?
You're going to be taking spears out of your fat asses all night long because you got some fat asses.
Hey, I saw the Enzo video. Congrats on
we
being
talked about
featured.
that last night.
No, but we didn't talk about your you being right at the beginning.
Don't ever
the mark
associate me with Enzo again. Do we got anything else, Medine, from you on this first topic before we move on?
It was a great continuity between 3 guys that you normally wouldn't think would make a good trio.
Well, 2 of them I definitely would.
That's why I said the 3 of them. You got a tall guy, you got the strong guy, you got a fast guy. It worked.
It worked, but there was a lot of telegraphed moves.
So
like
what?
Because they kind of pre-sold.
That's what I mean. They had to. They're not familiar with each other, but it still worked.
Okay, final thought here on the topic. Perfect 11 says, to be honest, Cass benefited from being in the ring with Joe and Bryan and made his character look stronger. That being said, Cass needs to learn how to act like a big man in the ring. Even Kevin noticed it.
He's stiff.
Yeah. Bang Bus GM is here.
You know who's better?
Number 2.
Oh, damn, we're not talking about that no more?
No more. You guys had your opportunity. You always want to talk the most when I'm ready to move on. What the fuck? Why can't you talk during the topic? Number 2.
Then you hit the explosion button.
Number 2 is 6 is greater than Raw. What do we mean? Well, the 6 men in the 6-man tag match, that match alone was better than all 3 fucking hours of Raw last week. I don't think anyone smart or sane would disagree with me. Kevin, I'm going to go to you because you might be the one who doesn't agree.
I'm surprised you're not complaining for once. Thank God. What do you want, like a round of applause?
Not complaining. Did you see the fucking match?
Oh, right when the match started, I have a note here. This match just sums up how ridiculous the level of talent is on SmackDown.
And a tag match, Medine, is probably the only acceptable time for our so-called heroin spot where they do nothing. There was a lot of action without these people being even the legal men.
It just seemed like there wasn't any tags at all. That's how good the match was.
No,
it was so smooth.
In the beginning, there was a hot tag that set up all that chaos.
No,
that just was
got the hot tag too.
Non-stop spot fest to the end.
That's what I mean. Like it was such a fluid match,
and
it didn't have any pauses or stops to it where anything lulled.
And what's weird now, Kofi had some good spots.
So familiar with The Miz, by the way.
Yeah.
They know each other like
everybody does on there. Those guys have been working together for a while.
Long time.
The thing about that I want to talk about with the whole New Day is there was a lot of shine on Xavier. There was some spots for Kofi.
That's continued.
And then there's Big E.
Big E had the pin and looked great doing it.
Yeah, that looked awesome.
Wait,
what a finish
he tilt-a-whirled him into his finisher?
No, but I had the same thought that they really did highlight all three members, made them all look good. Xavier with the hot tag,
that's what I was talking about last
week. I think
week.
Kofi's resume, he was the one they didn't highlight as much.
Yeah.
That shine, there was a long time where just Xavier was going on everybody. And it was a good match. That's the other thing. It wasn't just, hey, we're going to have a great finish. It was a good build to that great finish.
The entire time. I mean,
I think after seeing that, I would like to see the three of them just walk out into Money in the Bank. All three, not just one.
Absolutely.
As Rob keeps saying, it is a no DQ match.
That's what I suggested a couple of weeks ago. Did you get it?
I got it.
Adam's attracting flies.
On the board, I think Kofi should get a world title run and then fade off into the sunset. Big E and Xavier have the potential to be huge stars. I think that's proven by tonight, Leo.
Get a fourth guy, make him a faction.
Yeah, perfect 11. People talk about breaking up the New Day, but this is the first time in a while that I saw each of those guys show just what they bring to the team as individuals. I'd be happy if they stayed united. It's true.
It's damn true.
I've been pushing for it.
I've been chiming. Thank you, Adam. I've been chiming for that shit for like 3-4 weeks now. Don't break them up. Showcase their individuality, but keep them together. Perhaps they could become a type of faction if you brought a fourth guy in at some point. I don't know. Maybe that's far-fetched, but still, you gotta.
Well,
at some point they're gonna break up.
My thing is this, okay? Tonight,
but they can reinvent
we
themselves.
saw the great things, so you can go, I've been talking about this for a while. This is great. This is what I wanted. You can say that tonight because it happened and it showcased. I've been saying it was stale because the talent level that you saw tonight is not what they've shown. They've shown one guy look good in a tag match and one guy not even be in the fucking match. Just standing on the outside holding a fucking trombone, even if he's not the guy that plays it. Don't you agree, Kevin? That's why they got stale, but tonight it wasn't.
I guess. I don't know. I just don't think that they were highlighting the members as well. Maybe it's because one person was outside and the other wasn't. I don't know. I think the level of competition now on SmackDown before the whole shakeup when the Usos were here, I just think it's brought out the best in all these people.
Well, and New Day is kind of being booked as a tag team of individuals, like Medine wants. If they can continue this, I'll side with you on your point, Medine.
I would love it.
I'm just worried that they can't.
They can't. No, you're right, Adam.
It can't go forever.
It's short term.
Like by SummerSlam, it's going to fall apart.
Probably. But if you can get it to that point and then maybe somehow turn them heel, you might have a chance doing something else with it.
I think you
could continue with it, but in a different way.
I think you could turn them heel, but I don't think it would do anything. Because
no, they're not selling merch doing that.
You know,
well, no, I'm just saying I think they're over that. It doesn't matter. They're one of those factions, groups, teams, whatever that comes out and could go, oh, look, we got cereal.
Oh, wow,
it made us more popular.
We're
now
back.
We're flinging fucking pancakes. Seriously, they could do whatever they want. Kevin, you want to close this out before we move on?
I think
you had something to say.
I think we are seeing the beginning of the end. I think all three will be in Money in the Bank, and I think that's where you're going to start seeing.
You think they wrestle on the ramp the whole way down to see who enters?
That would be great.
It would be funny. But what if one of them is going to win?
At some point, that's going to happen.
Hey, if you really want to put all three over, pre-show that shit, triple threat. Paige says, look, you guys still haven't told me who it is, so I'm putting you on the pre-show as a triple threat to determine who's entering.
Oh.
It would showcase them all as individuals. They're forced by the GM to fight. They don't want to. They're being forced.
I like the idea of Big E and Xavier doing their finisher on Kofi from the ladder. Kofi about to grab the briefcase. and somehow.
So yeah, I want him.
Yeah,
I want him
and
in
somehow the New
all
Day
three
does the finisher
in
on
the match.
Kofi.
What if Big E has Kofi on his shoulders and Xavier on
That's what I'm
Kofi's
saying,
shoulders,
some shit like that.
no ladder, and they grab the briefcase?
Number 3.
Number 3, at least there was a match. Okay, AJ and Knock, either they're going to wrestle when they shouldn't be because it's not a pay-per-view,
And
or
shouldn't
they're just going to have separate promos. At least tonight, Knock fought someone before we saw the AJ promo.
Go ahead.
I did not like the match. Not that there was nothing wrong with the wrestling. I liked Knock looking strong, doing the counting to 10, and I liked when Dillinger, got up at 9 and then did his 10 thing. I wanted him to just take a beating the whole match. Knock looks strong style, mad, whatever, and knock him out with the knee.
See, I think he still looked strong in spite of the fact that he didn't do that.
It went on too long after that.
Because Ty was selling it. He was making Knock was making him suffer.
Yeah, but Ty got in a few moves after that.
He had to. Because he does.
I want like a squash.
But Knock's not the kind of guy that just really squash a
It's
dude.
new
especially,
Nakamura, though.
I
No.
know, but
They-
Ty is a larger individual. It's going to be hard
Here's the
to
thing.
suspend belief for me to think that he could do that.
I believe that when you squash somebody, you're not doing anyone any justice. Oh, look, you beat a guy who had no offense. Great.
Right. First time we've seen him in 2 months on television.
No, that's why I'm
We've seen him on
saying
TV in 2 months.
That's why he had to have some, and I thought it was perfect for what it was. It felt like an Attitude Era booking. Ty Dillinger has nothing to do with the AJ Knock feud, but he's thrown in there as a prop.
Remember when they did it with him and Baron Corbin?
Yeah.
Remember they threw him in there with it was AJ and Baron Corbin beefing, and they threw fucking Ty in there to fight with Baron Corbin. They
Yeah.
did the same shit.
That was when AJ was the U.S. champ.
Remember that? Yeah.
Then I'd rather see Nakamura beat the fuck out of him and get disqualified.
Hey, even Stike Leather says at least Ty Dillinger got some screen time.
No, that's great, but it sucks for him in a way too.
No, I think if they give
I
him
guess
at
that's-
least a little matches here and there and
That's
stuff,
all he's gonna get is the having a
He's
lay down
gotta-
for main eventers.
he's
That's-
got to
I
have
guess
a
that's
little
fine.
bit of a feud.
Lay down with main eventers. Remember when he had that first match against fucking Jinder? And
Yeah.
it was a big deal.
I mean, if AJ is going to have cut his promo after and talk about Nakamura being the better striker, having the advantage in this match, I want to see a dangerous Nakamura beat the fuck out of someone. And I think he could have done it a bit more in this match. Again, it's not a bad match.
That's why you
Spots
need
are
a Kurt
fine.
Hawkins on your rosters. Is
Yeah.
to throw him out to that.
They don't. You're saying the SmackDown's too talented at this point just to throw people out there?
Yes, I am. Oh, wait a second. Sin Cara showed up.
4,
Number 4, there was a fucking dance-off tonight.
Yes.
What
was.
the ever-loving fuck was that?
First of all,
That was a big pile of
No.
steaming, wet, hot.
no.
He's gonna puke!
What do you want? Oh, my God.
No.
Oh, my God.
No.
Oh, my God. It was so
No.
bad.
It was not. It was
Please,
actually-
listen to my voice.
No.
Take it from the wise old Jew.
Okay, since
It
you
was
two
not
apparently
bad.
disagree with me, why don't you defend yourselves here?
Okay, first, Lana comes out, and she busts a move. She's got moves. Surprisingly. I mean, I know she has the Russian ballerina thing going, but she busted out like a windmill.
She
That-
looked a lot
executed
like
it
a
well.
Saved by the Bell
She wasn't
extra.
bad. She wasn't bad. Okay, she gets up. Naomi, at first, she starts cold. I'm not feeling it. Then she starts getting into her moves. Then she equals what Lana did. Then they do a little duet, and predictably, but still somehow was executed perfectly, a neck breaker to
So
break it up, and,
Yeah.
and it made it entertaining at the end.
it was fun, and this reminded me of the Facebook Mixed Match Challenge, which I had been saying all along that I loved because it
that was good. Remember we were watching that.
Wrestlers just kind of being more themselves, not taking themselves too seriously. And the thing I like about this is now we have I don't know how many weeks, 3 or 4 until the pay-per-view. So we have a few weeks of Rusev Day versus the Usos, some mixed match.
And this is a different way to keep the Rusev Day thing going over without using them.
And
we're not using Rusev Day. We're using Lana now to promote Rusev Day.
And there was no way they were going to turn it to the crowd to decide the winner because Lana's too over.
We got a point.
Okay, so here's my fucking point.
When you are
building to a Money in the Bank, and 11 said this on the board, and I was already going there, but why didn't they just have a wrestling match?
Because
if you're gonna have a brawl at the end, why didn't they have
storytelling?
Because then we would be complaining that Lana had a match against Naomi and how bad she looked, blah blah blah. Maybe she wouldn't have looked bad, but you would have said she would have looked bad. No, hold on.
Listen.
No. Why?
No, you guys talk for a minute. Let me make my point.
I agree.
WWE Creative from Perfect 11. Let's take these two wrestlers. Let's put them in a ring in the middle of a live wrestling show. They're booked at a pay-per-view coming up.
Make the point.
And have them dance.
This isn't a pay-per-view.
No, they're booked at a pay-per-view coming up.
Okay, fine.
In a multi-person match. They could be one-on-one tonight, but no. Let's make them dance off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why not?
Because Lana comes down
because they're gonna have
to
a
the
match.
ring
They're gonna have a match next week.
last week, and she dances. People probably on Twitter talked about it, and then they set up this dance-off, which sets up the next few weeks of programs with these two groups.
Right.
I like that. That's storytelling. That's not just getting Paige and being like, well, congrats, you have a match with the Usos tonight.
Right.
Okay.
Is that what you want?
No, I wanted it maybe to, if they had a match tonight and it set up, because Aiden and the Usos got involved in the end, it could set up that tag match next week.
Nobody wants to see them wrestle.
I wouldn't mind seeing that match.
Rusev Day and Usos, you wouldn't mind?
No, I don't. Nobody wants to see Naomi and Lana. I'd rather
That's what I'm saying.
I'll see that too.
But the match with the same finish that they had here tonight could be a match that could lead to that feud, lead to that match, that tag, that house show feud, rivalry, whatever. But instead, we're going to do a dance-off to set this up.
Because it makes more sense.
And you guys thought you were entertained?
Yes.
It was funny.
It was funny. Explosion. Give us the explosion.
You disrespectful, stupid idiot.
Talking to yourself.
Anyway.
That is Mike.
By the way, since this is kind of a woman topic, Asuka and Mandy. Yeah, Mandy did a good job selling.
I don't like her losing. She was getting a push, I thought.
No,
not that Asuka's going to lose. I just don't like the match in general. It just was filler. I don't know.
Smackdown presents
Good, bad, and glorious.
Go ahead. Make my day.
So our award segments, I changed the names up. You guys will recognize them, don't worry. But I changed the names up of these awards. Our first award is the Good Medina Award. Our second award is the Bad Kevin Award. Our third is the Glorious Adam Bomb Award. And then, of course, we have Creative Fail. And we have LOL.
Those are the same.
Yeah, I didn't say I changed all of them, jackass.
My name's not Johnny Knoxville.
Good Medina Award. That means who leads it off? Oh, Medina does.
I'm the leadoff hitter. That's
Yeah.
right. The fast one. Yeah, right. Ty Dillinger for his selling, for his appearance, first of all, in like 2 months. First time we've seen him. But the selling in the match, I thought, where Kevin didn't think he made Knock look strong, I thought he did. So Ty Dillinger gets my good.
Ty Dillinger gets your good? Hold on. I got to find something to give you. It is this. It's a coin. Kevin.
No, I'm not going to get a coin, I can tell you that much.
Kevin, the Good Medina Award.
Lana versus Naomi dance-off. They turned what could have been a potentially terrible segment, and they made it entertaining, and it's now led to a future
good for you,
rivalry
Kevin.
that I'm looking forward to.
Give him a coin.
Please.
All right, here's your pity coin. How about that? That's exactly what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I just realized that he finally showed up on Twitch. Justin's here. So, by the way, he says Kevin saying Knox should be Goldberging motherfuckers like Rob said about Lashley. That apparently made him laugh. Sorry,
I'm into
Justin.
storytelling. I'm sorry.
I forgot to realize that you were there.
You guys
just
are
because
into-
you weren't on time.
You guys are into moonsaults and super kicks.
Good on the board. Teddy says Kevin got a new shirt. Sierra Ann's talking about pole dancing. And Stike Leather, even though this seems strange, no Almas because he doesn't need to be on TV every week. It was good. I think it set up something awesome for next week. I think Sin Cara is the perfect guy for him to do those heel moves where he catches himself on the ropes and kind of taunts and really showcase fucking Alma.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, you're right.
It's going to be a really good match. I can't believe I'm saying that about a Sin Cara, but I think that's where obviously it was leading to.
How many botches?
Good was the Samoan promo beast. At the beginning, it was pretty good. I don't like the go home to your wife and kids bullshit and bringing up the family. It's a cheap, stupid angle so that somebody else can come back and go, yeah, don't talk about my family.
Yeah, but that's Daniel Bryan. I liked that segment until Big Cash showed
Does
up.
Daniel Bryan need such a lame angle?
His whole character is lame.
Late
He's
good
the
from
little
Perfect
guy.
11. He says the opening segment with Joe, Bryan, and Cass, the crowd really brought into it, and it really makes me think Joe could walk out of Money in the Bank with a briefcase. I would say it gave me some doubt. I'm still 85% Miz, maybe 15 Joe. Let's move on to the Bad Kevin Award. Kevin, that's you.
Nakamura versus Tai. Not a fan of the finish. Good match, but I would have enjoyed a little bit more storytelling. They were headed in the right direction. I just thought they should have continued with Tai. He should have gotten up a few more times, and it should have been brutal, and you should have been like a fan, and then he's knocked out.
I'll give you a coin. It's a good opinion. But, yeah. Medine, bad?
My bad was the Bludgeon Brothers on the small screen. It was also my creative fail later.
I'm glad they weren't.
Both.
I'm glad they weren't on any bigger screen, Medine.
Thank God.
That was partially good.
That shit was terrible.
It was partially good because it
what?
was.
I think
Are you
their
kidding?
promos have been the best yet.
What?
Like that they've done. Obviously, I'm not saying
You
that
are so dumb.
What are you
sometimes.
watching?
their promos have been way better than they were when they were first coming out and in the woods.
It's the same. Okay, so now they're in what? Misty red smoke.
They got better than plastic masks. So apparently Kevin thinks they're awesome.
I did have a note.
They're
though.
like Freddy's boiler room now.
I did have a note. The
So
reason
now
why
it's good.
the reason why they don't work is because they're no longer with Bray. If they were part of kind of
They
a
need to be
faction and
solo.
they had Bray, this whole angle would work much better when
You're
they talk.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
What you just said
No,
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
it's not.
This is who they should have been when they were part of the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
This is the same fucking thing,
No.
except they took Kane's old gear and added new masks.
So no, not new masks. They're a little different.
But they have personality now. They're not just two weirdos.
Personality. Really? Oh,
Yes.
wait, never mind. This is from the guy who says Jinder Mahal is fucking personality. That's why he has a little Singh
got you
brother
there.
come out and talk for him
Hey,
because he doesn't.
You know what?
And now
I
he-
would have taken fucking
I
Jinder
would
Mahal over
rather-
Big Cass tonight any day.
I would rather listen to the Hammers talk and do the promo.
Jinder Mahal had a great match with Seth. That was the only
Bad
good part
on
of
the
Raw.
board. Women's dance-off and no sanity for Teddy. Same thing for Leo. Michael Jackson's bad for Sierra. No, she just said the dance-off without moonwalks. Bad for Anaconda Vice. Big Cass promo. That was utter garbage. He's so bad. The fake limp and all that shit was even worse.
And he
Bad.
waited way too long to hit that crutch over Joe.
Yeah. Bad, even though Mandy is improving in the ring, they need to stop complaining to Paige. Yeah, that absolution angle just needs to completely
no, not yet.
die.
No, not yet.
Teddy just says, shut up, Kevin. I'm not sure which part, but all of it probably. Bad for Perfect 11. Carmella on commentary during the Asuka Mandy Rose match. She sounded completely flustered and regurgitated the exact same lines each time she was given time to speak.
I forgot to mention that when we were watching. She
Didn't
she
listen
was
to her.
bad.
So bad.
And she did repeat herself. I thought you guys like accidentally rewound because we were all talking during it.
Hey, she did repeat herself, didn't she?
It was like really, really bad.
Medine, I think she repeated herself. Oh, he's either yawning, coughing, or both. I'm not sure. It's the glorious Atom Bomb Award. Come on, is there any question? It's the 6-man tag match tonight. That shit was lit. What do you got, Kevin?
I had the same thing. That was a perfect match. Nothing to complain about there. It was great.
Yep. And over there, what you got, Medine?
Just to add to it, the Kofi Miz interaction. I'd like seeing that. It brought me back like 7-8 years.
They had some IC
Raw.
and US title
they
feuds,
sure did.
didn't they?
I liked it back then. It just brought me back to a time.
Well, they were both kind of rookies together. I
Yeah,
think they both
came
been
up.
around, the 10-year mark right now. So maybe Kofi slightly less, but I know Miz is right at 10 years. So it works. Next up, we got 2 awards left. That's going to be Creative Fail and LOL. Let's get Glorious from the board. Stike agreeing with us. 6-man tag team match of all the false finishes. It was great. Sierra Ann says, I'd rather listen to Carmella screech in the ring like a fucking scratch than fucking scratch on a chalkboard. Glorious 6-man tag match for Teddy. I think, we can move on because I'm willing to bet everybody's going to pick that. Oh, Justin, he says good. He's going with Medine. Bad. The dance-off, I was glad I was at a ball game and didn't see it, so he must have missed tonight's show.
Who do you go see?
Yeah, who did you see? Medine wants to know.
Who
Glorious,
you played? Who'd you watch?
6-man tag. That's Leo and 11. And 11 says Woods was the MVP. Creative Fail. Here you go, Kevin. Eat a dick on this one. It was the goddamn Bludgeon Brothers.
It was not the Bludgeon
That
Brothers.
was a creative fail.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, they're going to cut their damn promo on a TV screen with the same gimmick. And wait, you
that
talk.
whole-
No,
that
I
whole
talk.
segment.
You talk. Now I talk. You talk.
Not to
now
mention,
I talk.
Kevin, not to
we
mention-
got hammers.
They should have let the club throw their punchline in there in order to make fun of the Bludgeon Brothers, in order to help both teams get over.
I agree.
Nerds.
We talked about that. Would have been perfect. The whole segment was going fine, and they should.
Nothing
that was my
involving
creative
them is
field.
going to be
That
perfect.
was my creative field.
Luke Harper is shackled to an anchor named Rowan.
The skit would listen. The skit would have worked had they let them go on and let the club drop their punchline.
Right? Yeah, it should have went back to the freaking TV, and they should have went nerds, and then the whole thing would have been hilarious.
Everybody would have laughed, and it would have been commercial.
So
it would have been maybe
given it
up
too
there
much
with the
time.
Glorious.
Trenton Thunder versus the Reading Fighting Phillies. That's the game Justin went to.
Okay,
So minor league. I don't know if it's AA or AAA.
I think that's single A.
Or single A. What do you got, Kevin? What's your creative fail?
The club not yelling nerds after the Bludgeon. I thought the segment was going fine, and then it would have been perfect if they just said nerds after.
Stike said it on the board. He says cutting off the nerd segment.
AA.
You agree, Medine?
Yeah.
I don't think it was the Bludgeon Brothers that made that bad.
Well, the only one who doesn't think the Bludgeon Brothers is the creative fail is Teddy. He says booking Kevin on the show was the creative fail.
Sometimes. He's okay tonight. But
yeah, why are you two getting along? This is bothering me.
What do you mean? It's Memorial Day. It's like a holiday. So,
It's not Memorial Day. You're off by a day.
We got some
Whatever.
sleep.
But
we're in good moods.
What the Bludgeon Brothers did in that skit was inconsequential, as long as the club would have got their punchline in. That's it. Not saying anymore.
Creative fail. Whoever keeps telling the wrestlers to pause and dramatically wait for a crowd pop before they start saying their lines during backstage interviews. That's a good one, Perfect 11. I can't disagree. We're going to finally, it's LOL. And I want to kick this one off because I might catch some heat for it. But my LOL tonight was asking Medine to translate Almas and Sin Cara and him not being able to.
No, I didn't hear it, and apparently that's not allowed. I'm not allowed to not hear it.
How do you not hear
You're the
it?
only one who supposedly
excuse
speaks
me,
it.
Excuse me, I wasn't paying attention to what was being said on the television. I was reading from some pamphlet book that was sitting on the table.
That's like reading a book and saying, "Oh, I didn't see it."
I didn't
What
see
did you
the
just
television?
read?
Yeah, I wouldn't have saw the television because I was looking at the book.
Yeah, you hear with your ears.
Yeah, but I wasn't listening to you or the TV.
He says it, and I go, "What did
I
you just
heard
say?"
it. I heard it, but I wasn't listening.
And
There's
it's
a
not
difference.
it's not translating.
You can hear
which is
something.
what you tried to say. It was translating. It's
Like,
not.
I didn't
You're
translate the
bilingual.
shit.
I
you
think,
just hear it.
You know
That's
who explained
assuming.
this?
That's assuming.
Wait, you know
Isn't
who
he just
explained this the
assuming that I'm
best,
bilingual?
Medine?
It's pretty. It's so pretty.
You can hear him, but you can't listen to him.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Exactly. I heard it, but I wasn't listening.
Anyway.
Your one job, and
No,
you failed. at it.
I
have
agree.
3 jobs,
I
actually.
agree with Kevin.
Barely.
To us, it was your one job. To us, it was your one
I
job.
don't want to hear that shit.
Kevin, what's your
Shit,
LOL?
he's got a beautiful woman to translate for him. What
I
do you
have
need
two.
me for?
I have 2. I'm gonna go quick.
He's got a buzz.
Anderson
You
on
always
Gallows.
go quick.
I have 2 quotes. I wrote them down. Anderson on Gallows. He puts the abs in absolutely shredded. LOL.
with his hot Asian wife.
Becky Lynch to Charlotte on the Money in the Bank match. The only way to win is to make like Han and fly solo. LOL.
Medine, you got an LOL?
Yes. No Iconics tonight. That made me laugh.
LOL, Corey Graves forgetting Carmella was beside him during Mandy Rose's match. That's from Stike. That's a great usage. Either way, Kevin did it. I don't know what the hell Leo's talking about there.
I nailed that segment. LOL.
Oh, is that it? You nailed it. So quick. We're going to plug June 17th. We are going to be reacting live. We got Darius Lockhart joining us at Strike City. We're gonna have a whole slew of guests. It is our first live show there. We're gonna watch the Money in the Bank and react, kind of interact. We've got some giveaway stuff. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait for that. And also send your emails. We were talking about it last night to markedoutpodcast@gmail.com. We're talking about potential names that Kiera could use when she goes into the ring. We discussed Kiki Ford last night. Anybody else has some, please email them. We're going to go over them on Monday Night Rawsome next week. So that is pretty much going to be the end of my plugs. Oh, damn it. He still didn't fix the sound effects. So we have to steal this shit. This is the Mud Report using the Dirt Sheets theme because Rob hates me sound effect-wise and Brian hates me graphically.
All right.
Whatever. Medine, take it away. It's muddy.
All right, not really. Because I don't really have much for the Mud Report as far as reporting anything. If you want that, go Google it yourself. I do have a happy birthday to Nia Jax, the current Raw Women's Champion, turns 34 today. She's also the
I didn't realize she was that old.
Right. She's also probably will be the oldest winner for a while at 33 days and 33 years, 314
She
days.
looks good for 33 days old, don't you think, Kevin?
34 now, yes.
Oh.
But still, right?
Yeah.
Multiply her age by 10.
6 foot tall, 240 pounds. That's a lot of woman.
Vice, are you actually coming to Charlotte? He might be coming to Strike City.
Okay.
I mean, Strike City.
Shut up, Anaconda. I'm going to be there.
All right. Happy anniversary to...
Beat me in bowling and I'll buy you a beer.
You done? You done?
Sorry.
Anyway.
Happy anniversary to Charlotte and Natalya. On this date in 2014, the two dueled in a classic for the ages in the finals of the second annual NXT Women's Tournament. If you remember that. That goes down probably one of the 10 best matches they had ever.
Yeah.
Right?
Can we always have backing music when he talks? He's so much more interesting.
Nia's
good.
Even Juan thought it was weird how old Nia was. I didn't realize she was that old. Go on. What else?
And finally, happy trails to Dr. Phil Aston III. You know who that is, Adam?
Wasn't he Oprah's dude?
No,
with
close.
The bald head?
Not quite.
He was with Shaq in the opening scene to Scary Movie 4.
That is incorrect, Adam. That is not who it is. It is not Dr. Phil. Okay.
Like Dr. Spock is not good. Leonard Nimoy.
Okay. In 2008, Chris Benoit's personal physician was indicted on 175 counts of illegal prescription abuse and sentenced to 10 years in prison. At the time of Benoit's death a year prior, it was said that Chris's testosterone level was 10 times the normal amount of an adult male. The indictments allege also that the prescriptions led to the death of a lesser-known wrestler, Johnny Grunge of WCW fame. Aston was obviously ruined professionally and financially by the charges, remains in prison until this summer where he is up for parole. And that was your happy news of the day.
That was your happy news?
Yeah, it's happy.
I'm happy.
This day in wrestling history.
It is time for the most must-play trivia segment in MOWP history. It is This Day in Wrestling History. Here's your host, Medine.
I'm back and I didn't go anywhere. All right.
Yeah, but you deserved a second intro.
No backing music?
Didn't I? No, not this time. All right.
You're going to start the fucking game? Jesus.
Right now. Who beat who? Eddie Guerrero or Kurt Angle?
Who beat who? Eddie Guerrero or Kurt Angle? I'm going to go out on a limb and say this was the one where Eddie untied his shoe and countered and beat Kurt.
Man.
So I'm going to say Eddie.
How do you remember that?
That was a great little work. He got in the ankle lock. And
I remember that, yeah. Angle.
So Kevin went Angle. I went Eddie. Anaconda Vice says Eddie. Eddie for Teddy. That rhymes. Eddie for 11. Bald guy's here. Uh-oh.
Get out of the you record
He's going to talk about Buddy
Hold on, not
Murphy
yet.
and Cedric Alexander, I'll bet.
Here we go.
Am I on?
He's interrupting the
Hijacking
game.
our show.
I just
Damn.
want no. Look. I just want to interrupt and say I just watched 205 Live for the first time in probably 6 months, and oh my God, that is a good program. And if you don't watch that fucking Buddy Murphy, Cedric Alexander match, you are not a fucking wrestling fan.
Hey, why don't you cue it up for us so we can watch it?
So good. No, I'm not doing that. Okay,
So you just came in to be worthless?
Yeah, back to your little game. Bye.
Hey,
All right.
Angle or Guerrero, who won?
Leo says Eddie too. Who is it?
I'd like to apologize
This day in
to
history.
all of these SmackDown fans for the interruption.
Yeah, the executive producer thinks he's got some power or some shit.
He doesn't even play the game.
Right? He just wants to come in and promote himself. Hey, by the way, speaking of promoting myself, did you see the new Adam Bomb figure? A fan of ours, the Danimal, sent that to us to put in the studio. Nothing like getting the first Garbage Pail Kid in 3D. Medine, Angle, Eddie, who won?
The answer is Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, look at that.
So
I'm smarter
obvious.
than Kevin.
Guerrero.
You picked the obvious answer.
Leo 11 Vice. You guys
Who
are
didn't
all
see
winners
that?
as well. So is Stike. Everybody, it looks like, is a winner except for you, Kevin.
Guerrero got some assistance. I went back and did some research on these.
Oh, you
Make it a little
did?
more, just a little more interesting.
You got your shit together. Good on.
Yes. He pinned Kurt after a Hurricane Rana after China hit a low blow on him. It was not seen by the ref, however, that during the 3 count, Kurt had his foot underneath the bottom rope, but Eddie was still awarded the victory. So the next question is,
And Twitter didn't exist back then.
how long did it take?
How long did it take? I'm going to guess 6 minutes, 18 seconds. Kevin?
You're dumb. It was 13:37.
13:37. Teddy, of course, guessed 4:20.
Can we get a 4:20 match, please?
Let's
One
see.
day.
7 minutes for Perfect 11. 16:15 Anaconda Vice. And Leo's saying he needs a win sometimes. I don't know who the fuck he's talking about. What are you going? What do you got?
He's talking about you.
Medine, give me something.
The answer
Yeah, hurry up.
is 3 minutes and 27 seconds.
Oh, so everybody was over, but Teddy was closest with 4:20. Leo said 12 minutes. Nobody got it close. We're all getting
All off.
this. Kevin's at least used to it. What's the next question?
All right. Out of the matches that evening, how many of them were longer than 3 minutes and 27 seconds? 1, 2, or 3?
I'm going to say all 3 had to be, but I'm sure this is a trick question. Kevin, what do you pick?
2.
You think it was 2? Stike is saying 2.
No, I think it was 1. I just said 2 to be a jackass.
Well, I don't speak Kevin, and there's no subtitles in real life. It's difficult.
Answer the question.
Answer the question, Claire.
Just
All right,
tell me
Teddy
I'm right
says
and
2.
he's wrong.
Kevin says 2. Stike says 2. 11 says 1. Leo also says 2. What's the fucking answer?
The answer is 3, and for the sake of time, I won't mention what 3 they are.
So I was right?
Yes, you're correct.
That's for me. The rest of you can suck on this. What else you got, Medine?
True or false? The Intercontinental Championship changed hands on this
True.
evening.
Kevin says true. I'll give the board 20 seconds. I'm going to say no, false. Kevin's stupid. Why would I agree with him? Board, you got 10 seconds to chime in, then we're going to Medine. Teddy says false.
I beat you like 8 times out of 10, and then
You haven't even been here 10 times. That's how we know you're fucking lying.
Facts.
Check the tape, bitch.
I have-
Anyway, false for Stike, false for Teddy, true for Perfect 11 because Kevin seems so confident. False for Leo. What do you got?
The answer is false.
Oh.
The tag team titles were the titles that changed hands that evening.
Oh, look at that. This is for me, Kevin, and another eat a dick for you.
I knew a title changed hands. You did not.
You
I
had
remembered
no
that.
clue.
Where?
You disrespectful, stupid idiot.
What else you got?
Where did
Nobody
this-
agree with Kevin.
Where did this take place?
I'm
Was it
good at these.
in Great Britain, in British Columbia, or in Columbus, Ohio?
Great Britain. British Columbia or Columbus, Ohio. Oh, I'm going to go...
British Columbia.
I'm going to go with the UK for some reason. Why the hell not?
It's a hot crowd there.
Yeah, I don't speak Kevin. There's no subtitles in real life, made Sierra Ann laugh. Bitches see people named Kevin need wins, and they ain't happening here. That's from Leo. Nobody likes you, Kevin.
Nobody laughs at your jokes.
Teddy says UK as well. Great Britain for Stike. What's the answer, Medine?
The answer is Vancouver, British Columbia.
Kevin gets a coin.
Oh, the comeback.
That's for me, Teddy, Stike, and Leo. It's not a comeback.
Put on your
You
rally
got
caps.
one question right.
The final question is, in what year did this Monday Night Raw take place? Was it 2000, 2001, or 2002?
2000.
2002.
No, it wasn't 2000. Because
Too late. You said 2000.
No, I'm taking it back.
You
Because
can't take
I had
it back.
WrestleMania.
It's already out there.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's already out there. You can't take it back.
Was Kurt Angle in
Still
that
going.
N64 game, WrestleMania 2000?
Yes, he was.
Okay, 2000.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
2001.
He wasn't in that game. That's right. He wasn't in that
Even
game.
a stopped clock is right 2 times. That's what Leo says to you, Kevin. 2000 for 11, 2000 for Stike, 01 for Leo. I say 02, and Kevin says 2000. What do you got?
He said 2001. He changed this shit.
Yeah, he don't matter.
No, he changed it.
What is it?
Because the answer is 2000, and I tricked him into getting it wrong. It's 2000.
That's for you, Kevin. 11 and Stike said 2000, so they got it right. There's
So I
your
should
coin.
have a coin.
Is this shit
But you
done?
don't.
I still don't have my sound effect, but is this shit done?
This game is over.
And I won, right?
You did.
Yeah,
but
what'd you
What do
win?
I get?
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
That sucks. I should have won something.
Get
But
your
then
sound
again,
effect back. Don't pay me for that shit.
Quick, Medine. Do I deserve anything? I mean, I beat Kevin.
Why don't you go like circle jerk with your
Hey,
Funko
a win
Pop
over
guy.
Kurt Hawkins is still a win.
Final thought. Here we go. You guys on the board, get your final thoughts ready in studio. We'll get your final dumb comments. Chris Ross out there in our
Makes you
audience.
does he make you want to jump?
He listens to the podcast and stuff. He wanted a quick shout out. He wanted to thank Rob for suggesting 83 weeks.
Is he the Mac Daddy?
Rob last night kind of suggested another podcast that he's been listening to, and so has Brian,
Daddy the
called
Mac?
83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff. I'm just going to mute you or ignore you. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
You said it was crisscross, so I was thought it was-
Chris Ross.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Even your hearing is screwed up. Everything about you is screwed
he
up.
make you want to jump?
Yeah, that was.
Anyway, there's a lot of good podcasts out there, but as Rob talked about, only so many can do the behind the scenes. And Conrad and Eric Bischoff doing the behind the scenes of WCW. I've only listened to one show, but I also listened to it on Rob's recommendation, and it's good. I'm only halfway through the first episode, but I like where it's going. A couple times Bischoff tries to snake out of it, and Conrad calls him on his bullshit. So I don't know how long it's going to last if he keeps doing that. But maybe it's sort of a kayfabe thing they're doing with. I don't know. Could be. What's your final thought, Kevin?
I'm gonna say what I started to say before, and that's Jinder should be on SmackDown because he's way better than Big Cass in this match. Would have been awesome. He had a great match with Seth last night. It was the only good thing about Raw. In this match, the main event, the triple threat would have been way better with Jinder, not with stiff Cass and stupid
At
knee.
no point in your rambling, incoherent response were
Jinder's
you
got
even
that
close
new
to
move where he puts the
anything
guy on his shoulders
that
and
could
then
be
drops him on his
considered a
knees.
rational thought.
Hell yeah.
That's a new move?
Yeah, for him.
Yeah, nobody's ever done that move before.
Ever.
Medine, final thought. And then I'll go to the board.
My final thought is AJ Styles has been a good champion in spite of the booking they've given him. We will not appreciate his title reign enough when it's over. And unfortunately, I'm not sure he will have another lengthy title reign during the rest of his tenure with the WWE. So
We're talking about Jinder?
no, we're not talking about Jinder.
Oh, because it sounded
I said
a lot like
AJ Styles.
You know, you could have interchanged the two of them right there.
who I've re-nicknamed the man who he rebuilt the house.
So
SmackDown
Teddy suggests that the reason Kevin's so high on Jinder is because Kevin's the one who sells him his steroids. Final thought also for him is please fire Kevin. Stike says, I thought SmackDown was
Fired
good.
up, baby.
And you can tell they are trying to impress Fox. I agree. I think that's why it's so much
So are
better
we.
than Raw. It's the only thing I can explain. Final thought for Sierra and Adam, please don't leave. You're funny. Thank you. I'm Jewish. We're supposed to be funny. Leo, final thought. Premiere Sanity already so we can get Killian Dane versus Samoa Joe somehow. I think that's a long time off, Leo. And final thought for Anaconda Vice, because guess what? It's confirmed. He's got his flight. He says he'll see us June 17th.
Oh, shit.
At Strike City. He's buying all of us shots. Oh, shit. So hype. Yes. So we're going to get Stike Leather, and we're going to get Anaconda Vice. Who else is going to show up?
That's what's up.
That's going to be fun. He says mezcal shots is what we're doing.
Oh,
so.
no.
I don't know.
Well, I'm
like
sure he's.
smoked tequila.
Oh, wait, no. Teddy doesn't like you, so he's probably going to buy you a shot, too, I guess. It's Teddy that wouldn't buy you a shot.
Teddy's too high to ever get on a plane.
My final thought is, again, I think this is all about the way we're going into Fox, making SmackDown so much better. I'm afraid for the backlash, no pun intended, that's going to happen when we try to impress NBC.
You know what this feels
and
like?
And Raw gets so much better, and Rob gets to rub it in my face because his roster turns into mine, and I'm left with Baron Corbin as champion or some shit.
Adam, you know what this is?
Fighting Jinder Mahal as a face.
A long engagement. They're trying to impress right now, make it look good, and then when they get married on October 19, after that, SmackDown's going to be shitty. You watch.
So they can't control the crowd for Roman. Is that why they kept him on Raw, so that Fox won't hear the boos? Then they'll switch him so that NBC won't hear the boos.
I don't know what they're going to do as far as that goes. All I'm saying is right now the courtship is really nice. We're going to get a lot of main event matches that we should get on pay-per-views, and we're going to question it and not question it and appreciate it and whatnot. But the fact of the matter is they're just this is the foreplay building towards that $1 billion deal. And then once they have their signed, sealed, delivered October of 19 and they're on Friday nights, back into the toilet.
Final thought. I completely forgot about Justin, who was playing trivia with us. He said Eddie 619, 3 false UK 2002. Yeah, you got 3 out of 6. Good job. Sorry, Justin. Completely forgot about you.
Maybe not right away into the toilet.
That's
Maybe
horrible.
Probably
a slow decline.
You were typing as Sierra Ann. We all know that's your fake name, laughing at your own jokes. No one will ever laugh at your jokes.
Really, Kevin?
You're lame.
Really. Tune in next time. Same smart time, same smart channel.
Catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at URecord Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out URecord on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.